are so smart. I mean, you're a genius because you decided to not just join Toastmasters, invest in yourself, but also get some tips. And you're getting tips from one of the best and awesome Toastmasters by listening to my videos. Yes, I am D Jackson, your platform partner, and I've been a Toastmaster for at this point probably about 6 years now, and I have had the most unique experience. I've won a district contest as a public international. I've gotten so many awards. I mean, my first year in Toastmaster, I've won a lot of awards. I've been sponsored clubs and done so many things. So all I'm saying is the tips that I'm giving is is getting it from a person who has had a lot of experience with dealing with Toastmasters. And so I'm excited about this video. So let's get into the topic. We're going to talk about some tips that you can use as a member or even as a club to help you along with Toastmasters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some of my personal tips, but also we're going to look at what Toastmasters, some of their tips. They got 90 tips from Toastmasters. You can find this if you go to toastmasters.org or just Google up Toastmasters tips and you'll be able to also find this. And again, I'm going to be also giving some of my personal tips. So let's get into it. So first of all, one thing I want to say is before we get into their tips is when you first join Toastmasters, you got to have a goal on why you came. You must know what is your goal. What do you want to get from it? One of my goals was I joined Toastmasters because I wanted to get paid, meaning I wanted to make money because I was behind on rent and I wasn't making sales in my business, and I wanted to learn how can I be a better seller? How can I become more confident so I can make money and maybe be a paid speaker one day? So I knew what my goal was, and so now now that when you know your goal, find a mentor and find resources that can help you meet that specific goal, because everyone's goal is going to be different. And so also choose your manuals early, meaning they're advanced manuals. I would choose your 2 manuals at the beginning, even though you may not buy them, but at least you know what manuals you're working towards as soon as you join. So after that, know your why. Why did you join Toastmasters? Again, it's kind of similar to knowing your goal and what you want from it, but it has to be something emotional. Your why should make you cry. Maybe it feels like you need to do this for your family, right? It's a goal you really want to get into. So besides that, outside of that, let's get directly into what some of the Toastmaster tips are. And so one of them, they said, is know your material. It says speak about a topic that you're interested in and you know a lot about. Now, I think this is very, very important because when you join Toastmasters, what you don't want to do is try to be thinking of content. You don't want to say, man, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I got to research something and find the information and put it together. No. You don't have to do that at the beginning. Talk about things that you're already great at. So for example, if you are a dentist, then give some speeches about being a dentist. Give some speeches about how to brush your teeth. Some speeches about how to, prevent, gingivitis, bad breath, or, how you got into dental school, why you got into dental school. You can give all 10 speeches in your CC manual could be literally about something dealing with dental hygiene. That's perfectly fine, right? So that's one. When you know your material, now you can focus more on just becoming more confident in how you connect with people, because speaking is not necessarily always about what you say, it's about how you connect with people. So second, they talking about make it personal. Use humor, personal anecdotes, conversational language. Now, I want to talk about that. You want to give stories. Stories are better than speeches. So when you can, instead of saying, hey, I'm going to, like, for example, let's say, I gave I competed in a district contest. So the first year I gave a speech and I said, here are 3 points that I'm going to give you about finding your hidden treasures in life. Now this was my icebreaker speech, and I took that icebreaker speech and I went to the district finals. And all I was doing was saying, give me 3 points, and I said, here's point 1, point 2, point 3. It's a pretty good speech. And what I found is the very next year is I said, you know what, I'm going to give a speech about a story, something that happened to me. And I was able to not just make it to the district, but I won the district and we went down to Las Vegas that next year. And only thing I changed up is I gave a story instead of a speech. And stories resonate. They have conflict. They're visual. People can relate to them. They have suspense. They have a lesson. It's very powerful. So, and they have humor if you know how to pull a humor out, right? And it's conversational. Great speaking is a dialogue, not a monologue. Third, it says practice makes perfect. Now that's very important. You want to be able to practice, and it says rehearse your speech. You can do it at home once or twice, but I would say as soon as you can, go into a Toastmasters group and rehearse at in front of those groups in different clubs. It's much better because now you can get real feedback, and it's about connecting with people. Time yourself is very important. Now, let's say, for instance, now this is what makes Toastmasters better than, and well, I'll say different from any other organization because we focus on making the least amount of words travel the farthest. 4 to 6 minutes is your icebreaker. 5 to 7 minutes is your normal Toastmaster speech. Most speakers, it takes them 10 minutes just to warm up and get through their introduction. So if you can make a great point in 5 to 7 minutes and do that on the internet with videos and do that in person, you are going to be a master. You're going to be ahead of all of the curve of all the other speakers. So time yourself with your stopwatch and just be aware of that time. Pace yourself. Pacing yourself is you want to really focus on meaning even so when you're delivering a speech, make sure you pause. You don't have to rush through it like that I just did. Because when you pause, that's when people really start listening. Just like a conversation, it seems real. So pace yourself. Use vocal variety. Don't run through it. Take your time. You own the stage. It's your time. People are here to listen to you and respect their time and respect your time by practicing. Arrive early. That's one of the most important things you can do is give yourself enough time to get acquainted with the stage area. You want to test your equipment. Make sure that if you're going to use a projector, the projector's working. If you need to log into a website, make sure that the website is working. You really want to do this practice. That was my cell phone, guys. I apologize about that. But you want to arrive early, meet people, bless the room, speak with the guests, things like that, and ask them questions about what they expect to get. Relax, make sure you breathe, stretch. Sometimes I used to do push-ups and stuff. I would go drink some warm water, avoid the cold water for your throat, and get into your zone, you know what I mean? And visualize yourself doing a great job, but more so helping people because it's really about helping your audience speak loud, speak clear, speak confident. If a distraction comes up, don't worry about it. Use it to your advantage. Make a joke about it. When someone's cell phone rings, say, hey, I'll take all those calls later. So don't worry about, so just visualize yourself winning and getting a check at the end or getting a round of applause at the end. And trust your audience. It says the audience isn't your enemy. No one wants to see you fail on stage. For the most part, they really don't unless you're in a competition, right? Now, most people don't want to see you fail because they have to sit and watch your performance. So they want to enjoy it too. So don't apologize when you go on stage. Most people, they're not even going to realize that you made a mistake. Like I said, when things go wrong, use humor. And you want to say eliminate your filler words. That takes practice by using, the and counter. And that takes practice. And even if you're never perfect, that's fine. Keep notes in check. Yeah, notes are really good. Some people love their notes. You can always keep notes there for uh, for reference if it makes you feel comfortable, but you do want to exercise not using the notes, and you want to internalize your message. Internalize will be better than trying to memorize your speech. And so even the best politicians, they use notes and teleprompters all the time. And enter contest is one of the best things you can do. Like I said, I entered contest when I first joined. In fact, you have to do like 6 speeches in order to be in the international contest. And I end up giving like 6 speeches within like 30 days, just going to different clubs. I don't recommend you do that, but I had to do that in order for me to be qualified to enter the contest. And have fun. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. All right, don't take yourself too serious. And I'm not going to go through all of these because there are 90. But if you want to see my other videos where I give more tips, then just let me know. It talks about burning off anxiety, talking about doing push-ups, exercising. Make sure you pause, asking questions, keeping people engaged like it's a conversation. Definitely do that. And be specific, be clear on exactly what you're talking about, because if you're fuzzy with your focus, your audience will be fuzzy with their focus. and definitely be passionate. Talk about things that you really love. Use your strengths. Some Toastmasters, when they get evaluations, they talk about what you're weak at, but always ask, what was I really good at, and how can I use my strength to overcome areas where I'm not as strong. So lead with your strengths and not with your weaknesses. And always enter table topics, because that's when you can build the best skill is thinking, impromptu. You want to do that, and ask for honest evaluations. Meet with your evaluators before they evaluate you, and tell them, say, hey man, you can be honest with me. You don't have to hold back, and use quotes, use stories, use anecdotes. Like I said, a story is better than a speech. So I'm going to cut this one short because it's already going super long, guys, but I'm just passionate about helping you. And again, just follow the page, see other videos, and just stay focused and keep moving forward. Again, I'm Dwayne Jackson, D Jackson, your platform partner. I have products where I teach, and courses where I teach about public speaking and do speech coaching. But if you're ever in Chicago, also visit my club. It's Bold Literary Talkers, 708-973. Yes, BLT. So stay focused, guys.